Hello everyone, in this art project you're going to be able to learn and practice drawing lines, and in this art project you don't have to color anything in, you just have to draw the outlines of your chosen art piece, and then that would be the assignment. So let's take a look. I'm going to show you guys in this video on how to draw all the different lines you need to be able to draw for this project here. So I'm going to show you guys first of all with this value here. So I'm going to teach you guys how to draw a horizontal value. So as you guys can see right now, we're intercepting the y-axis at 3. You see that? And so if I go here, I don't know what the step thing is. So if I go here, it actually controls, you see that? It controls how high this horizontal value is. You see that? This horizontal value. And so if it's -6, it intercepts at -6. You see that? If it's at -5, intercepts at -5. 0, right? Intercepts at 0. Here intercepts at 6, so on and so forth. So this controls the horizontal line of your line. Now the question that I have is, the question that you might have then is, I don't want it to be infinitely long. So if you keep going, this line is super long and it never ends, but you want to make sure that it ends and it stops. So let's just say you want to make it stop from -5 to +5. So -5 to +5. So then what you're going to do is you're going to put these brackets. So you're going to put these brackets here, or curly braces they're called, and then you're going to set the constraints. Okay, so it goes from -5. So the values have to be greater than -5. Have to be greater than -5. You see that? X is greater than -5, so the x values right here, we're talking about this x value, is greater than 5, but less than +5. You see that? Less than +5. So these x values is greater than -5, right? It's greater than -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0. It's all greater, right? It's greater than -5, right? Greater than -5, but less than +5. So it's going to be 5 less than +5. So any values between -5 and +5 is going to be drawn here. So that's how you draw horizontal lines. If you want to make it go from, I don't know, -10 to 4, you want to go from -10 to 4, then you go here, you go -10 to +4. Voila. So you go from -10 to +4. Right? So that's how you do that here. And make sure you have the X down here, because if you use Y, that's something else and it's going to cause some problems here. So right now we're talking about X values here, right? Because this is a horizontal line. This is talking about X here. So that's how you draw horizontal lines. If you want to move it up, I don't know, to 9, then you would go here and you're changing that number. And then now, voila, it's Y, it's intercepts at 9. So then now we're going to learn how to draw vertical lines. So I'm going to go like this, and then we're going to go X is equal to 1. So now it's drawing a vertical line. So if you guys can see, I'm going to go step 1. You see? It changes as we go like so. Changes like that, right? So if I go X equals -1, that's X equals -1. If I go here, X equals -3, X equals -3. See that? And then if I go here, it's X equals -8, right? Intercepts at X equals -8. So then let's just say, once again, like last time, you don't want this infinite long line. You want this line to be relatively short and constrained. Then let's just go ahead and constrain it, right? So let's just say I want it from, I don't know, -7 to 6. -7 to 6. So I'll go here, curly braces again. Now we're talking about Y values here, okay? So it's gotta be greater than -7, so -7. So you see that? It's gotta be greater than -7. Now we're talking about Y values because look, it's a Y axis. And it's gotta be less than, I don't know, what did I say, 12? 12, you see that? So it starts from -7, greater than -7, greater than -7, but less than Y equals 12. So it goes anything less than 12 but greater than -7. You see that? These two, all of these values. So that's how you draw a vertical line. And then, so if your art project needs a horizontal line, a vertical line, right? This is how you draw them. So let's just say I want to move it to the right, I don't know, to 9 here. Then I change this number, change it to 9. And I want the line to go from 12 to 14. From 12 to 14, I go here, 12 to 14, and voila, there it is, right? And there's my vertical line. So this is how you draw a horizontal line. This is how you draw a vertical line. Now let's go ahead and draw some diagonal lines because you're going to need that as well. So it's going to take on the form of y equals mx plus b, right? So once again, just to go over, this m controls the steepness of the line. So as it gets greater, it becomes steeper, right? As it gets less than 1, it gets less steep. You see that 0.5, that's less than 1. 0.1, less than 1, right? And then if we go here, right, negative values, right? If we go negative values, 0.5, so on and so forth, now it gets increasing, it becomes more steep as it becomes more negative, right? So, and then B, once again, controls the y-intercept of the, this B value here controls the y-intercept of the line here, right? So just remember that. So B controls the y-intercept, M controls the slope here, okay? So I'm gonna delete these just to show you guys. So let's just say I want to draw a line like from here to here, right? So from like here, this line, I don't know, this is what, 0, 5? I'll draw a line from 0, 5 till 10, 10, right? I'm gonna draw 10, 10. That's the line that I want to draw. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the y-intercept. So my y-intercept is going to be mx plus b, which is 5. And then my slope is going to be rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So rise is 5, run is 10. So it's going to be, my slope is going to be 5 over 10. Or the same thing as 1 over 2. And then voila, this is what I have. Now, once again, you're like, I don't want an infinite long line because if you see, this goes for infinity. You don't want an infinite long line. So you want the line to go from, I don't know, 0 to 10, right? 0 to 10. So what you would do is curly braces, and then we're talking about x values here. It's got to be greater than 5. So greater than 5, you see? It's greater than, well, it's got to be greater than 0, right? So 0 is the x value. Greater than 0, greater than 0. But less than 10, you see that, less than 10, so it's going to be less than 10, voila, you see that? And now you have the proper constraints for this line here. But let's just say you want this line to be even, I don't know, more steep, right? Let's just say you want to go from I don't know, 5 to 5, 7, or 15, 10, like 15, 10. So that's gonna make it even more steep, okay? Actually, I'll do 10, and then I'll make this like, I don't know, 6. So you wanna make it even less steep, right? So then what you have to do is just go rise 1. So that's rise 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's rise over run, 1 over 10. So 1 over 10. And then voila, this is my line right here. So that's how you do it. If you want to make this line go up more high, then you just go up 10, right? 15, right? You see that? So if I make this B, you can control that too. So if you make it go up, see that it just goes up, goes down, right? This B value, if it's negative 4.4, controls that, okay? But yeah, so this B value will control the height of it. If I want 15, so that's at 15. So this really sets how long you want the line to be, and this sets the direction and the actual line, okay? So that is the y equals mx plus b for that. And then let's just do one that's negative value, okay? So let's just say I want to go from like negative 510, so negative 510, negative 5, I'm gonna make it 11, and then to negative 15, 15. So it's gonna be negative 15, 15. See that? So now that's what I have here. So I'm going to then, I'm gonna move this up here because we just used it. Get the, so you're like, okay, this is kind of hard to tell with the y-intercept. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to guess here. So it's gonna be rise 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my rise, y equals 4 over, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. So that's negative because we're going negative, and then gotta put the x right there. And then let's try, I don't know, moving the slider up a little bit. Slider, slider, slider. And it looks like that's about 9. So you see b equals 9, so I'm gonna put b equals 9, and then voila, I have my line here. And let's just say I want the constraints, right, curly braces, to go from negative 15 to negative 5. So I gotta go negative 15, 15, greater than negative 15, but less than negative 5. And voila, you see that? Now I have this value right here. So if I want to, yeah, so this is the line that I have. Yeah. Now if I want to just, I'm just going to do one more here. If I want to make it more steep, like y is equal to, let's just say I have 2 values, instead of from, this is going to be negative 6. So I want a steep line. You see this, you see how steep this line is? Like really, really steep. Before it wasn't super steep. It was like kind of like that, right? It was not super steep, but this line is gonna be really steep. So we're gonna do y equals, so my rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So y equals 4x. It's gonna be negative 4x because it's going the other direction. And then now let's control the b, see if we can find the b that fits this line here. And that looks like about negative 9, right? It's about negative 9. So it's going to be negative 9. And voila. So I have this line. Let's just say I want to go from negative 6 to negative 5, right? So negative 6, that's negative 6 here. And then negative 5. Okay, so my x constraints are going to be negative 6, greater than negative 6, but less than negative 5. And voila, that's where I have my y values and my line. So basically, in order for you to draw your art project, you just need a combination of these lines and just move them around and play with the constraints and the slope and the y-intercept, and you can draw literally an outline of any picture in this world except for anything that's curved. So we haven't learned how to draw curved lines yet, but yep, that's how you do it. And I hope this video helped, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.